Hi everybody, Gary Williams here for Toolbarn.com's Barn Banter, and today we're going to talk about dead shorts and nuisance tripping. And neither of those has anything to do with an April 1st prank. They're actual terms and they apply to electricity and they apply to electrical problems. And we've got a guy here who knows all about those things and he knows how to fix them, and he's going to show you some tools that'll help you in that process. So stay with us. When it comes to electricity, I think a lot of people take a look at it and they think, it's about 80% magic and maybe 20% science. But Jeff Carter with Ideal Electric has a different view of that. You've actually got a pretty scientific approach to finding problems, for example, with breakers and wiring and so on and so forth. So I'm going to let you start and tell me what you've got going on here.
Okay, today's code is all about the GFI arc fault type breakers. So in the old school days, you used to be able to wire everything together as far as the neutrals, and it would still work.
Right.
Today's code won't let you do that. With these breakers here, you'll have nuisance tripping.
Okay.
So at that point, when you figure out you have a problem, usually you're on the trim stage and you have to pull everything out.
Right.
In this case, what you do is a simple continuity check. You find out what's affected. In this case, it happens to be the neutral wires.
Okay.
So what we do is we took the transmitter and we hook it up to the neutral wires. We grab the receiver and tone it down and go around the horn. And once you find it, it'll ping out.
So it's a fast and easy way to identify a problem behind a wall, short of having to pull everything out and take a look at it with your eyes. You can do it electronically.
Correct.
Basically. Okay.
It helps the electrician be productive.
Boy, I would think it would save money and time for everybody, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's take a look here now. I know you've got another.
Oh, in this case here, if you're trying to find one of these circuits here, the simple way to do it is just to sit there and turn the transmitter on, plug it into the circuit you're trying to find. You take the receiver, tone it down to breaker mode, and you go around the panel until you find the breaker you want. Once
And
you
that's
find
the breaker with a higher numerical value.
the highest numerical value, it'll always be. The lightning bolt goes out here.
Right.
And the lightning bolt goes out here.
Right. So you've identified a problem in much less time than it would ordinarily take you to do so, correct?
That's correct.
Right. Okay. So you've got a couple of fast fixes or fast identification
Yes. Yes,
progresses here. Okay, great. All right, now I know you've got a lot of different equipment, a lot of different meters here. I'm going to let you just talk a little bit about those and explain what makes them unique and why they're so useful.
Well, we have three kits here. We have the 61955, 957, 959. This is the lower end residential unit. It's got the red display. The 957 is probably our premier one for the residential and light commercial. It has the LED, or has the green display. And the industrial version has an inductive clamp and a battery pack.
Okay. So all these do different levels of kind of the same things depending on the application.
Yes.
Okay, great. Hey, we'll be right back. So, Jeff, I've got a torque screwdriver in my hands. This isn't something that an electrician has needed to carry around until really this year, right?
That's correct.
How come? What's changed?
2017 code requires us that we have to have torqued breakers now. They have to torque them to certain specs.
Okay.
So the specs have always been on the breakers. They're on the side of the breakers, they're molded into the case, and each manufacturer has a different spec.
Okay.
This is a Homeline panel, and the spec on this one is 36. So in this case here, with our screwdriver here, the calibrated tool that it is, the heel of it here has this little turn here. You can turn it.
Okay, the adjustment.
Yeah,
right?
so you can adjust it. Right here, it's got an eye dial.
yeah.
Okay, so you just turn it until you get to the 36 or whatever you're torquing on.
Right.
And then you simply put it in the breaker.
Oh yeah.
And when
okay.
it's tight,
All right.
it snaps.
Just like a torque wrench.
Exactly.
Okay.
The kit actually comes with different bits, so if you're torquing,
Sure.
torquing some devices or whatnot, you have plenty of bits.
So the old timers, and I don't mean old timers, but I mean just people who have done this for a while have just used screwdrivers for the most parts, right?
Yes.
And how accurate has that been for them?
Well, in my case, I thought that I could get this pretty tight, and when Ideal came out with this here, I was proven wrong. I could get 2 more turns out of my big screwdriver.
Okay.
So it beat me.
So it's better than sense of feel alone, at least in most cases, or some cases. So.
Yes.
And I'm just curious, what's the reason for having to torque these fittings?
Well, you want a definite tight connection on anything, whether it be outlets, switches, or breakers especially.
Okay.
If you don't have a tight fit here, you're going to have arcing.
Okay,
With arcing
right.
comes heat and fire.
Right.
So this will wick. This whole wire will wick like a bomb.
Heat and fire are not good. We're taking a look at some clamp meters, and you might ask, by just looking at these things, what makes them special? Well, they are different. There are some unique features about this one, and functionality with a clamp meter is a big deal, and you've done a few things to make these even more functional. So why don't you get into that for us a little bit?
Yeah, what we did is we have our tight sight model that has the bottom display, which allows it to be, safer to use when you're
Sure.
in a tight spot.
Right, right. You in other words, you've got the meter on something in an electrical panel, but you don't have to have your head tucked into that panel
Correct.
as well, right?
If you think about it in commercial industrial, you're in larger panels, so
Right.
you're either like this with your head in the panel.
Right.
In our case, you can just flip it down, clip on it, stand back safely, and take your reading.
That seems like such an easy thing to come up with, but it's a big safety feature for people, and it's a convenience feature. The more accessible you make these things, the better off they are, right?
That is correct.
So, what kind of reception do you get from electricians with these things? Are they pretty happy to see that?
Yeah, they don't like their pan. I know in personal experience, I don't want my head in that panel.
Right.
So this is a home run as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, great. Okay, well, good. Well, these are just a few of the things that we've shown you from Ideal Electric today. We have a lot more on our website at toolbarn.com. You all know that. You go to toolbarn.com all the time to buy things, don't you? Well, look, if you're an electrician, you should, because we've got some great tools there for you. Check it out and join us again next time. Thanks.